We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New England Patriots and the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This will make it into the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. They'll run on first down. Ward. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Second and 3 at the 30.
On the ground with Ward. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
At the 41.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Flushed out right. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And all the way down to the 12. A huge play there for Houston. 47 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Geis. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Escaping the pressure right. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Zerline set to kick off.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
They'll run run for the first time with Sony Michel. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the 28-yard line.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Bowden. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down after a very nice game. 22 yards there, a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 2nd down, Michel. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
He was looking for Gronk that time, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. And Bowden going to throw. He's going to air one out for Anderson. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
3rd down. And 10 yards to go.
To throw is Bowden. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And they will run it with Michel. And he keeps fighting his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Sony Michel with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3.
Texans 3.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now a pass, and it's complete to QT. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards there and a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were...
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They run it with Ward. A pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
Kyle Duggar on the tackle.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
The score, Patriots 7, Texans 3.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
This is taken at the 23. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Ross Blacklock. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
3rd and 14.
Throwing is Bowden. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep and unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out and giving the ball back to their offense.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the pimple. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game.
I'm going to break it.
I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now back to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Sanders' kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And that is incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. 31.
From the gun, here's Watson. It got his man complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And that one results in 35 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a run with Geis, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack.
That was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? And this is going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And he is out of bounds all the way up near midfield. A big-time run there by Sony Michel. 41 yards.
New England.
And that's a big-time run right there. Backed up deep inside their own 10, but he found a weakness in the defense, and off he went. I think they got caught looking past defensively, and he burned them for a huge gain. Nice job taking advantage of what the defense gave him.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st, Michel. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their 1st, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Second and 8. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A shotgun snap for Watson. Open man is QT, complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Well, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And Cooks has it over the middle. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And that one will fall incomplete.
Thrown to the side.
Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Flush to his right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. But how about that one? He reeled it in one-handed for a touchdown. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. And that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Set to kick off.
So here we go for halftime. number 2, the Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. Fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel, and he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll turn to Michel as they go back to the ground. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. On the ground is Michel. And he's going to get this one down to the 45.
Again, the ball carrier.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And they had him bottled up, but here's a late flag, and a face mask is going to get a much better starting position. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? On on the ground. It's Geis. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
2nd and 12.
37-yard line.
Now Watson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Complete.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Watson. It's caught left side by Cooks. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. First down Texans, Watson hooking up with Cooks.
22-yard line.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big...
And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. But he lost 6 there on the first down play. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson flushed out right. And this is incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Eluding the pressure right. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets him down to about the 4-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. Forced out to his left. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down. Back now in Houston. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Here we go, here we go.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal, and the Patriots get the football back. The Pats at the line ready to go. A real chance for them to salt this game away after that turnover on downs, holding a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
New England on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again, Watson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain there of 21 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quick.
Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. Zuerlein connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you, and make sure they touch it.
And it's Michel once again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Robbie Anderson.
New England.
His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. The fly route works for the TD ground.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
This will make it into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 24 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, Watson. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Following the penalty is Geis, and he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. His 19th touchdown now on the season, and the Texans draw a bit closer. Zerline good with a PAT, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
At the 38-yard line.
On second down now, Michel. And he will be stopped here for no gain, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
No gain on the play. And it's third down.
This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Open man is Anderson, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. Again, it's Michel. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
He's across
the Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep, and that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
No, has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
At their own.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Hughes. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it into the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. I'm surprised with the lead in a one-score game this late. They're even putting the ball in the air in that situation.
Almost makes me feel like the head coach might be second-guessing himself by not clicking on and saying, all we're doing is running it here. But give credit to the guys on defense. They made a play that they absolutely had to have to give themselves a chance.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
The receivers have been running them ragged. Maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to him, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They've got a chance to take the lead.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Now Bowden looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. And this will be incomplete. A physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Gronkowski, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could have.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through, all the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
Patriots 31, Texans 24.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Texans take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Incomplete. He was covered by Stephon Gilmore.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. One last throw here for Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And that is going to seal this victorious time runs out.
31. Texans.
Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one. When you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on, and that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Patriots, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Texans, it's a bad time of year.